Listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Kevin Hokawana here. How is everyone doing? I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Let me go ahead and grab the presenter, make myself presenter. How's everyone doing? Hop in the chat. Let me know how you guys are doing. And let me know if you can see my screen. Awesome. Am I coming in loud and clear? Can you guys hear me? Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm going to try to like calm down a little bit because today is a very exciting day for everything we've got going on here on INFINii. And I'll try to calm down a little bit, but I'm going to ask you guys, you don't have to calm down a little bit. You guys can just go nuts. So I'm going to give it a second, let a couple more people pile on. We've got a couple more seats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys a link. Let me grab you something. And then we're going to get rocking and rolling. Actually, I'm not going to give you a link. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you a question. So can you guys see my screen on here? I'm going to hop on Facebook, and I'm just going to make a quick post. I'm going to tag my good old buddy, Mr. Hitesh. And I want you guys to pop in here and let me know or I'm not. It keeps correcting me. Sorry, Hitesh, you are not getting tagged. So I'm going to toss this out there. I'm going to say, and we are live. Who is ready to rock this thing out and has seen the new holding tank? Pop on there. Let me know. We'll let a couple more people pile on here, and then we're going to get rocking out in the back office. And we're going to walk through some of the cool things we got going on here with INFINii, the cool things we have going on with the holding tank, the compensation plan. We're going to talk a little bit about that, some updates and time frames and timelines and things that we're doing. Going to be pretty exciting. So much. I can just feel, you know, there's days when you wake up in the morning and you got this feeling that you've got something just amazing, right? You wake up, you feel excited, you just can't, you can't stand that you took the couple hours to sleep like you did, because there's so much to do. There's so many lives to change, and that's how I feel right now. And if you guys are feeling that same way, that you're ready to help some people change lives, that you're ready to build something with a unique compensation plan, with a unique business model that doesn't exist out there, then hop on here and let me know. And I see George on here. George, I want to pull you out a little bit later. Guys, we'll get to hear from George at the end of this thing. I want him to come out and say a few words if you're here, which it looks like you are. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll monitor this. We'll come back. I'm getting pretty excited here. Share this around, guys. Let everyone know that you're ready to rock this thing out. Smash that like button. Leave me a comment letting me know that you guys are ready to get this thing started, and we will do so. So if you haven't done so already, you probably have, judging by the comments that I'm seeing. One, you've seen the new compensation plan. And so before we get started, I want to give this to you, because we're going to be using this a little bit tonight as we walk through a few things. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this out there for you, because I know that I'm going to get 8 million questions on where is that and how can I get it. So I just tossed you guys the new compensation plan. Y'all can check it out. I can also post it on Facebook if you'd like, but I think you can grab it out of your chat here and go to, and we'll rock it out. So this is the comp plan that we're looking at. And I'm going to go through a couple things here, and then we're going to pull out Hitesh and have him go through some of the stuff and really dig down into what to expect over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks as we roll this whole thing out. But this is the compensation plan. Real quick, just a show of hands, just a question. Who here, hop in the question box, who has not seen this comp plan and would like me to do a quick 2-minute walkthrough of what the comp plan is before I dig into the back office? Anybody? Any takers on that? All right, sounds good. Paul, Brian, Kari, we'll do it. We'll do it. So this is the compensation plan, and it's really simple, guys. And I want to show you how this works in action and how you can apply this with what you see right now in your new back office and your new genealogy. Okay. And first, we have what's called a jump start. Okay. What does this mean? This means that anyone who comes in and purchases, their first time that they purchase, you will get 25% of whatever that order is. Somebody comes in at Excel, the first time they purchase Excel, the first time they come into the system, you're going to get 25% of that. That's $100 in your pocket. Pretty crazy, right? That happens one time. That's on the first sale. Now, I want to explain something to you guys. Since we're launching out a whole new compensation plan, I need you to perk up on this. Since we're launching out a whole new compensation plan, the only way to really move forward is to say that any sales, the first sale under the new compensation plan, whether someone's been in here 6 weeks, whether they've been in here 6 months, whether they went off and did something else and they're ready to come on home to where they belong, when they make that first payment under this new compensation plan, that's going to generate you a jump start. It's not just on new people. Anyone who first comes in right now in this new compensation plan. So when we run our next rebills, that all counts for jump starts. Is that not freaking insane? Is that not crazy? So any volume that you had last month, when people start paying and coming back, boom, boom, jump start, over and over and over and over again to get as much money as we possibly can in your pocket. But that's easy, right? Backing up, jump start in the compensation plan, 25% of when anyone comes in. Next, we have milestones, guys. When somebody hits ranks, the key ranks in this company, they're going to start earning milestone checks, okay? Managers are going to get $50, regionals are going to get $100, national managers $350, global managers are $500. They're going to get that, and it's going to be paid out quickly, literally 2 weeks from the time that it's issued. And guess what? Also with milestones. If you referred Billy and Billy hit a milestone check, you get 20% of that. If you referred Billy and Billy referred John and John hits manager, you get 10% of that. You get 10% of all of their milestones on level 2 and 20% on level 1. Pretty crazy. This is designed to get money in your pocket really quick and really designed to help you get money in other people's pockets. Because in order to pop a manager, you have to help them do something, right? You have to help them get money in their pocket. That's what it's all about. Number 3, INFINii Pay. Okay. Anyone on your legs and your downline, if you have 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 legs, when you start earning an income on these 3 legs, leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, you're going to get up to 10% of what's happening in that downline, 10% of the volume in that downline. Of course, this is capped at certain ranks, right? Every rank has caps and it opens up bigger and bigger as you grow. So just want to throw that out there. The 10% INFINii Pay to infinity levels deep. That way I can find people in infinite depth to build on there. I'm going to show you what that looks like in real time in your back office here in a second. INFINii Check Match. Once you hit regional manager and above, regional manager, you're going to get 5% check match on whatever your personals make in the INFINii Pay. 5%. At national 10, global 15, director 30, senior director 35, executive director, and so on and so forth. That is the whole compensation plan. Now, we even took a second to talk about some unique situations, right? But how long did that take us, guys? Like 5 minutes, 4 minutes? Anyone counting? Easy. Is that not the easiest compensation plan to go through? And have you guys ever seen anything like this out there? Let me know. Let me know in the chats if you see anything out there like this. Norman says no. Valerie says no. Rebecca says nope, no way. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So this is how powerful this compensation plan. No one's seen it because it doesn't exist. Okay. So we're pretty excited about this, and I want to show you guys how this looks in your back office. Okay, what to expect and how to get somebody to a manager. Right. I want to talk about that. So we're going to go ahead and hop on over into a back office. Okay, and this is what you guys are seeing right now as you go in your back office. As you start moving through, you'll notice that this change has taken place. If you go to partner and then genealogy, you'll see your holding tanks and your genealogy. This is what you see, right, guys? So you'll be able to toggle left and right and see names of folks that are in here on this genealogy. This particular test account has 5 people on its front line. Now, one other thing you'll notice is you have a legend up here at the top. Okay, and you guys can toggle that and see what this means. So I can see here that if somebody is green, then they're an Excel level. If somebody is orange, then they're at my surge level. And if someone's at red, then they're at prime. Gray, they're inactive, and I need to pick up the phone and give them a call. Okay, does that make sense? And Maris, can you guys still hear me? Maris, if you can't, It probably makes no use to say it, but Marish, just replug in your audio. So holding tank details. We're going to take a look at this, okay? I want you guys to read through this, okay? Because this is really important. It just kind of gives you a little blurb of the holding tank details. And we'll get into some more in-depth training here as the next couple of days go through. And you'll notice that pretty much every day for the next 4 days, we're on a webinar going through and giving you updates and going through the comp plan and making sure you guys know everything that's happening so that you guys can be best prepared to rock this thing out. But you're gonna start seeing this as a staple, these little tool tips, right? Toggle it over, read on through it, and you can see what's going on. Now, you're also gonna see a summary over here, right? Users on my level 1, users in my holding tank. I've got 8 people in my holding tank right now, and the BV that is in my holding tank. Now, this says NA because we haven't turned this function on yet. We haven't started billing in the new compensation plan yet. And my current rank is also NA, not applicable, because I don't have a current rank, right? Because we haven't started billing in the new compensation plan. But I can see right down here that my next rank calculation is in 23 hours, 6 minutes, and 8 seconds. The reason why this is there is because as we progress, rank advancements, okay, rank advancements will happen every day. Every day is a new day to hit another rank for you and a new day to hit another rank for your downline members. All right, so you want to watch this. Most companies and the way that we've operated before, guys, is that we've rank advanced monthly, right? You get a new company at the end of the month, you get ranked advanced on what that month is, what you ended up at that month, right? That's what we're used to, right, guys? So we don't do that here. What we do is we want you to rank advance every day. If you hit that rank, boom, you got it. And here's something that we're doing that most people don't do. Since we calculate our commissions, right? Our commissions, most of our commissions are calculated at the end of the week. So guess what? If you hit a rank anytime during that week before we calculate the commissions, you are now paid for that entire week on that new rank, which is crazy. No one else does that, okay? So what I want to do is, now that we've got all this kind of sorted out, is I want to go ahead and show you how the placement works and how the holding tank works. And for those of you who are back here, well, you'll see a couple things, right? You'll be able to toggle this little arrow here. This denotes that the person has some kind of downline. Okay, there's people underneath of this person. So there's no one underneath of this person. There's people underneath the person. There's no one underneath of this person. All right. If I toggle this button here, I can see that member's details and I can give them a phone call because they're my personal. I can see that. This little clock here, if I toggle that, I can see how much time I have to move that person. How many days do I have to actually place this person before they go inactive and are stuck where they are? Okay, does that make sense? So we got a little clock back there. So you don't have to remember that John came in 27 days and 14 hours ago, right? We just give you the clock there. Next right here, if I toggle this button right here, it gives me the ability to move this person. I can move this person, all right? So let's say I wanted to move this one right here, this Test Heyo account. And this person's a surge. If I wanted to move them, let's say under this account here, because this person's got 2 people on their front line, and I want to help pop them to a rank. All right. Now let's say this person has 2 surges, and I've got 1 more surge right here. If I place this person on this person's level 1, what rank do you think that makes that person? Going back to our comp plan, guys. Going back to our compensation plan. That would pop that person up to a manager, wouldn't it? And what would that do for me? That would give them a $50 milestone bonus if I did it, and I would check match that 20%. Does that make sense, guys? So if I were to go ahead and move this KHMOM, this surge spot, or this Test Heyo surge spot under this person, because they have an active surge and volume from that, I put another $150 in volume under that person, and it's going to pop them to manager because they need 400 in volume. Okay? So when I do that, this is what happens. And I'm going slow because I want you to really get this. They're going to pop manager. They're going to get $50. I'm going to get 20% of that. My upline's going to get 10% of that. And they did that with volume that I placed underneath of them. How? This is a crazy way to help people get money. This is a crazy way to help people get money. Okay? And you've got to look at the people who are going to work with you in your downlines. Okay? When people get in there, if this person came in and put 2 people in and I've got someone that I can put in to help them out, that's when I do it. Everyone always asks right now, when do we move people? What do we do? Look, when somebody grows like that and they start building and I want to help them out, that's when I can move people. We'll do more training on advanced things, but this is the basis of the compensation plan, helping people pop ranks. Make sure you're popping ranks, make sure your downline members are popping ranks. So you guys want me to move this person? Or do you have any questions about that before I go over? So I want to take a question if you guys got it. So Norman, yes, 30 days. So I've got 30 days to move this person, right? Definitely. Awesome. Okay, you got it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this person. So I'm going to go take this guy and I'm going to move him under this user. So I'm going to move him under HMOM. And I'm going to go save changes. And it's going to ask me, do you really want to do this? I'm going to say, sure, I do. Okay. I'm going to let that go ahead and I'm going to let that refresh. And now I can see that person is gone. And that person is now underneath of HMOM. Pretty simple, right? So now there's something that's happening here though, right? Because HMOM is still in my holding tank, isn't it? Still in my holding tank. So can I move HMOM, guys? All right, I just moved this person. I can never move this person again. Once I move them, they're moved, they're done. It's irreversible. That's why the warning pops up letting you know. But what's cool, guys, is I can now move HMOM later on if I want to. All right, I can move HMOM in depth if I want to. If I enroll another person, if someone else comes in and they're building it out and my legs are balanced enough to warrant it, and I'm not going to hurt myself by doing it, then I can go ahead and take HMOM and I can drop HMOM under somebody's genealogy, under a new person that came in and is rocking it out. That's the power of this. And in doing that in massive depth as time goes by, one move could trigger. You got to understand. You got to look at it strategically and get with your upline before you do this, okay? Before you start moving people, talk to your upline. Because look, I could move one person and it could trigger a bunch of people hitting $50, couldn't I? I could trigger a bunch of people in my organization, in my downline, hitting $50 or hitting $100 or popping 500. In fact, I could move one person that helps somebody hit global manager, earning an extra $500 milestone bonus, and in doing so had popped a national and a regional and a manager, and I get to check match all that by 20%. And this stuff can be done at will. So that's the power of what we have in the compensation plan right now with these holding tanks. And so we'll do a lot of training on this, okay? But it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward, but it's also insanely powerful. Insanely powerful. Can you see how powerful this can be? When you're moving a prime user, someone who comes in at prime or surge, underneath somebody deep in your organizations, and you're triggering all these different bonuses all the way up and you're matching that. That's how powerful this can get. The leaders, you guys, run with this stuff. Learn it inside and out. For those of you who are new to this and going, oh, I'm not sure what I should do, make sure that you talk to your upline leaders. All right? Make sure that you talk to your upline leaders about how you want to do this. Where do you want to move people? What ranks you want to achieve, okay? And I'm going to be giving you guys a document here tomorrow that'll actually, you can just kind of pencil in where you want who and where you want people to be in your organizations, okay? So I'll be giving you a quick document. You can just use it. pencil it in, say, oh, this person's here, that person's there, this person's here, to kind of pre-structure your organizations. Okay? Beautiful. All right. So what I want to do is I want to take a look. Hitesh, I want to bring you out and have you go through a little bit about what we have going on. I think this is this kind of covers this. We're going to do another comprehensive training, guys, where I'll do this with you or without you and just put it in the back office for you. But I want to get on a webinar and show you guys how powerful this is and how you can build this thing out. So Hitesh, my friend, are you here? Let's talk about, I really want to go ahead and talk about what they can expect over the next couple of days, over the next week, and what we're doing on these next back-to-back webinars for the next few days.
Absolutely. So I've been quietly enjoying this whole conversation, in part because, so since the moment Kevin started speaking, since the beginning of this webinar, I've been trying to download the sales log of all of our user sales on eBay and Amazon and so on, and the file hasn't downloaded yet. I think it's so massive. So, so guys, what you guys have done, first of all, actually, so I broke it down. The last week, our members did over $5 million in sales. Okay, the last week, our members did over $5 million in sales, which is incredible. And that's, again, that's a subset of our population. And that's about to go up through the roof in many different ways. We're going to walk over all of those reasons why that's going to happen. So the first reason that's going to happen is we're going to focus on productivity. And that's what this comp plan does. I saw a question a little bit ago, which said, hey, I don't have people that I've sponsored. So how can I use the holding tank? The answer is sponsor some people. It's the same question, guys. And at the same time, this was so funny. Right after that, in the comments box is the question, I haven't made sales yet. What can I do on eBay and Amazon? Put some listings up. It's the exact same thing, guys. The more exposure you create, the more eyes you get on your products or on your company or on your link or whatever it is, the more results you're going to see in everything. So that's all you have to do. Okay, it's not very complicated. It's not very difficult. And a lot of the stuff that Kevin is showing you guys here is going to come so naturally to you once you actually log back in there and start playing around with it. Okay, now let's walk through why we decided to keep this held until this time, right? The reason why we didn't open up billing immediately is many of you, as is evident on the webinar, did not understand why this is so powerful and what the BV here actually means. The business volume now is not the same as it was before. Your business volume now, even the business volume that you place under somebody else in your online, actually ends up helping them a lot. It actually can be used towards their rank advancement. It creates an income for them. I don't think Kevin actually covered that part. It actually creates an infinity pay for them. But here is an interesting thing that I want to point out in the situation that you just saw of what Kevin did. And this ties in really well with INFINii Network. Who here is an INFINii Network? Who has been working with Kevin and all that fun stuff?
There they are. There's my peeps.
Awesome. So guys, let's look at this. Kevin, can you go back to your genealogy quick?
Yep.
Okay. So when Kevin first brought on Test Heyo, how much did Kevin earn? He earned 25% plus another 10%, right, from the Infinity Pay side. So basically, Kevin made just over $50 when he brought in Test Heyo. And then he took Test Heyo, placed him under HMOM, and now HMOM has basically an income coming in of 10% on Test Heyo. So now this user is going to earn $15 and just made another $50 in milestone. So think of this in context of INFINii Network. Imagine you're running a campaign and you're pouring amazing amounts of traffic on this thing, and you spend $20, $30, even $40 on generating just one sale, which, by the way, is not the case. Most of our members are generating leads for like what, 80 cents, 90 cents. So imagine you generated a sale and it cost you $30 to do so. You are still tremendously profitable. You're actually profitable by a factor of 100% because you actually made $60 by just bringing in this person and getting somebody else to the manager rank. And that is really, really mind-blowing, because that's what allows you to run those really strong campaigns. So for those of you who are wondering, hey, how do I get more people in? Join INFINii Network, work with Kevin, and get all the traffic that you want. Because now the compensation plan, which we can be very comfortable about, this is why we changed the comp plan, because people like Kevin and I look at this and go, how would I build it? How would I make sure that I was successful building this? And that's how we would do it. We would drive traffic in, make sure that we were profitable on the traffic, and that's all you need to do. So that's it. Now, on Monday, we're going to open up the cart, and all the rebuilds that are pending for the first week of June, as well as the new signups that are going to come in, all of that is going to open up together. So you're going to see a tremendous flow of business volume coming in. Okay, so you're going to see business volume hitting at that time. You're going to see ranks populating at that time. You're going to see all of this wonderful stuff. And you'll be able to reward people as you want to. Now, here is another beautiful thing that happens at that time. And this is why we need you to really understand this. When there is business volume under, let's say, HMOM or whoever, when you move that person, that business volume is gifted or placed under the other user immediately. Okay, so even though in this particular example, Test Heyo paid 5 days ago, paid 10 days ago, whatever, the moment it moves that user under HMOM, it retroactively calculates and says, hey, even though this guy paid 10 days ago, we're going to apply that business volume to HMOM and pay her for the milestone. So when you see business volume coming in on Monday, remember that that actually applies retroactively as well. It doesn't matter when that person paid or when that person came in. Whenever you move them under somebody else, you're going to see the business volume from that take effect. Okay, because your business volume is good for 30 days. Okay, that's what daily rank advancement means. So every single day, we recalculate your rank based on what's happened over the last 30 days. Okay, so that's why you will be able to move people under somebody else as long as they're in your holding tank, and you will be able to see them rank advance pretty much instantly, right? They're pretty much going to rank advance that same day. So every single day, your rank is recalculated based on your business volume over the last 30 days. So whatever business volume you see coming in on Monday, you can actually move that around and it takes effect in real time. So be prepared for that and start making a list in your mind of who are the 3 or 4 people that I'm going to hold frontline to me, that are going to work with me on my first level. And then I'm going to move other people under them or help them build under themselves. Like all of those things, you need to start thinking about that right now. You have about 3 days to really figure that out. And then you can start putting people under them. They're going to pop the rank immediately. They're going to start seeing the bonuses from that pretty much immediately. And you have created an infinity pay for them. You created a residual income for them pretty much immediately as well. Okay, so get those 3 or 4 people who are going to be a frontline, develop a relationship with them, work with them, and if you strategize this properly, you can do tremendous things. And all this nonsense about 28 ways to earn with 19 special bonuses and whatnot, that's all nonsense. What matters at the end of the day, and it took us a little bit of time to really see in action how even the best process in the world doesn't necessarily work with that. What matters in the end is 3 things. For a business to be successful, it has to be affordable. And granted, everybody's definition of what's affordable is different. It has to be affordable, which we are. It has to get you to profits quickly, which, we just increased the pay on the first level so tremendously, it's insane. So you have very quick profitability. And the final piece is that it has to be scalable, that you can earn on depth, and now you have that infinity base. So on Monday, the cart will open up. On Monday, all the business volume that has been collected so far will be applied to your accounts for the month of June. All of your business volume is going to go from 0 or NA to whatever the new number is. Your current rank is going to be changed from whatever it is to the NA to now.
I don't know if we lost him. So I'll tell you what, guys, here's what we're going to do. Here's what I want you to do. The main thing you need to focus on. That's okay. The main thing that you need to focus on is getting your 3 lined up. Who are going to be your frontline 3? Like, so if you were to say, what do I do right now? The first thing you want to do is make sure you get your frontline 3. Okay, the 3 people that you're going to be working with to build underneath of them. Your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th, and all the folks that you bring in after that on your front line, you can place those folks in those organizations to help them build. Okay, what I want to do is tomorrow, since we're having a webinar tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're already registered if you registered for this one, we're going to hop on here and we're going to go through some exercises, and I'm going to get you some documents that you can go ahead and pencil this stuff in and map this stuff out with what you're going to do with your frontline folks, your holding tanks, and things of that nature. Look, all you need to do, guys, it's very, very simple. You need to help 3 people, okay, get to the rank of global manager over the next 30, 60 days. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Depending on your goals, right? Some of you are going to smash this out immediately. But how are you going to do that? It starts with getting 3 people to manager. You want to help 3 people get to manager. That means you want to help 3 people get 3 people in their organization. They can be placed by you as well. They can be already frontline to those folks. You want to make sure you have 3 people that you're working with that are going to run with you on this. You need 3 people. And then everyone else that you have on your front line and what your upline's doing, you can start placing those folks in your genealogy. Okay? That's it. That's it. So we're going to go through some of these exercises and how to do that tomorrow on the webinar. And what we're going to be doing is every day for the next few days, we're going to be hopping on and going through some more aspects of this. Okay? So for the next couple of days, you guys will be able to wrap your head around this and have a very clear strategy of how you're going to do that, how you're going to build that. Because I want to see as many people as possible, everyone on this call, I want to see you guys hit that global manager by the end of the month. All right, global manager is kind of the sweet spot rank. You've got a couple $1,000s in your pocket, you got a really good residual business going, and you're primed to push through on the next month to hit that director level where the checks get kind of insane. So actually, who here is going to smash out global manager this month? Who's going to rock that out with me? Who's going to be on all 4 of these webinars, ready to build and smash out global manager with me? Awesome, awesome. And you know what? We get to help you guys out from a very unique perspective, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. But I'm telling you, this is going to be insane. I want to see everyone on this call go to global manager, and it's pretty darn easy. It all starts with helping people get what they want, helping people reach their goals, guys. All right, so like everyone in this chat's going, me, I'm ready to build. This is awesome, beautiful. So we're going to smash this out. We're going to get as many people as we can by the end of this month to global manager. Some of you will fly straight past that, but that's an attainable goal, right? Global manager is attainable. Then I want to go ahead next month and start chipping away and say, okay, who do we have as global manager? Let's go ahead and get them to director. What do we got to do? And it'd just be easy, right? So this is what I'm ready to do. I think you guys are ready to do it too. I think you guys are ready to rock this thing out, structure these genealogies, helping people build, getting a couple more people in the door, and run it. Just run it. Yeah, there you go, Dan. There you go. We got it. Cool, cool, cool. So that's what I want to do, but I want to see if we've got somebody on here tonight. Let's see if we've got George and Maren. I want to bring them out, and if they are with us, let's see. Because who here knows George and Maren? Let me know. Who here knows George? Yeah. Stuff, especially out there in Australia, helping organizing events, running things like running events out there, just supporting their team, right? Helping their teams build, and they're just awesome leaders. So I wanted to have them pop out and just show you who they are and let you know some of the caliber of people that we have here that are rocking this thing out, because they've done some amazing things in the e-commerce side, on the partner side, just pretty awesome. I mean, it's ridiculous. I think they were on the leaderboards like either number 1 or number 2 in DS domination for, gosh, they're still up there. So pretty awesome. George, Marin, are you guys with me to come on out? And I just want you to share what you think about this compensation plan, what we're doing with these teams, and how we're about to just rock this thing out and get your perspective on stuff. I think I hear you fumbling around with the mic. Are you there? I gotcha. I gotcha. Little low, little low. There we go. You guys hear him? I think we got you. There we are. So what do you think of all this stuff? All right. So guys, this is George. He came to the event. This is his Facebook right here. You know, they flew into the event all the way from Australia on our last INFINii launch event, and it was just really surreal getting to meet him. And they brought me flip-flops from down under, which was pretty cool. I still got them. So, so what do you think of all this, George? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, what did you? Yeah, the old comp plan was a little confusing, huh? Yeah. And that's the wild card. Yeah, that's kind of the wild card because you know, people start bringing in vendors into the marketplace. All that volume kind of flows in, and really, that's you kind of touched on something that we probably should have discussed earlier, because that's huge, guys. You know, that's really huge, because you're no longer just dependent upon recruiting and things of that nature, right? That gets into that cost offset model. So yeah, that's, you know, a lot of people are looking at that. Definitely. Definitely, definitely. Well, I mean, you guys have been rocking it out there with with events and things like that. I think you've had 2 events in the last, what, 60 days, just getting the word out on INFINii, which is really awesome to watch. And you know, I mean, for me, getting out to Australia is like an 8-day flight or something crazy. I'm, I'm exactly on the other side of the world, right? But it's been pretty cool to watch you guys kind of do that and help folks in your local area. And we're looking forward. Who here on the webinar right now is from Australia? Anybody here dialing in from Australia? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So you guys will have some awesome things happening there with what George and Marin are doing. I mean, they've been veterans of the e-commerce side. They've been veterans of the internet marketing side. I think you guys have probably sponsored hundreds of people into this company. Just great people to watch and learn from and follow. And I would love to get you guys on some training webinars here to help out the entire community, because obviously you've hit a nerve and you're doing something right out there. The fact that you're having events and events and events out there in Australia with your teams, and your teams, we need to get them out on some of these calls too, because they've been doing some amazing stuff, guys. Just good examples to follow. So I'm pretty excited about what you guys got going on. I'm loving the compensation plan. I can't wait to help people smash out ranks. And I know you guys are doing that in an online capacity and offline capacity. So it's pretty inspiring. It's amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you coming out and being on here. Yeah, we'll rock this out, my friend. Thank you. Bye.
Muted.
So pretty cool, guys. I'm pretty stoked about what we got tomorrow. Make sure you dial in. You're already registered for the webinar. You guys will get a notification via email that we are having another webinar tomorrow at 9. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and walk through, and I'm going to give you guys some documents that are going to help you really pencil in and place people where you want them, number one. Number two, my INFINii network peeps. Hey, guys, we're going to be doing a webinar as well in the next couple of days. I'll schedule that out tonight and get that in the back office because there's a lot of interesting things that we can do on the internet marketing side that's going to be huge as well. I mean, look, every other company that you're involved with that is out there, guys, and then I think we're good here. But every other company that is out there in this space has just a compensation plan, right? We have a compensation plan and we have a training structure and the tools. And now when we bring on the marketplace and the vendors and all these things that we're rolling out, my God, it gets insane. Okay, it gets insane. And I love you guys for being here and growing this out with us because we, going through the last compensation plan and the changes that we made, right? It was pretty painful, but you guys are here and you're ready to build. Who here coming out of that experience is still ready to rock this thing out and get engaged and go ahead and contact your frontline, get those guys in here, get them building, get them growing, get them reactivated, get them reinvigorated in this thing because we have something that is 100,000% different on multiple levels than anything else out there. So if you guys are ready to do that, if you guys are ready to build and grow, then let's do this. Let's do it. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this down, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Unless yep.
Hey, sorry guys, I'm back. Had a little family emergency, but hey, I want to go over some of the details of the marketplace really quick. So as you all know, we're going to be making marketplace live on the 8th of June. Right, so exactly 1 week from when we open the new comp plan. And remember, the beautiful thing about the marketplace is that you'll be able to refer vendors. Now, most of you are selling on e-commerce side. Okay, who here is selling on e-commerce side? Who is selling stuff on eBay and Amazon right now? Look at that, amazing. Okay, I mean, I won't even get into that. But most of the time, you have companies and you have to ask people, hey, did you make sure that you were able to force the shake down your throat today? Just so you can claim that you did, even if you threw up. And that's not what you have to do here. Here, you're actually getting paid to use the system, okay? So what we're able to do is take these massive deals. We have tremendously wonderful people who work in our company who are able to go and negotiate and get these amazing deals with these major companies, right? So to give you an example, here's a product that's sold a few thousand times at the least. Actually, it's sold quite a bit more than that. And we are able to get this in, for example. So if you're selling on the e-commerce side, you can go and source this from our marketplace for about $11.40 or so. Okay. Does that sound like pretty decent profit margins? Who would like to do that? Exactly. So you're going to go, you list the item on eBay, you list the item on Amazon, the item sells, you go source it from the INFINii marketplace. Okay, that's basically the ecosystem we're going to. Because guys, look, at the end of the day, there are like 1,000 people out there right now who will gladly take your money just to repeat to you that you can make money selling on Amazon and eBay. Okay, like everybody knows that at this point. I'm pretty sure everybody knows. Does pretty much everybody not know that you can make money with Amazon, eBay, Google, and so on? I think pretty much everybody does, right? And anybody can go through Amazon's own training materials and just retell you the same story, okay? The reality is, what really matters is, do you have access to products that are selling? Do you have access to products that are selling for cheap? Do you have access to profit margins in some kind of exclusive deals in some cases? And do you have the system that is constantly evolving with it, that's giving you the latest information that's coming out, that's adjusting to what's going on in the market? To give you guys one example, a massive day for shopping is coming up, right? Who here remembers July 15th? You have Prime Day coming up. So you have a massive day of shopping that's going to happen then, right? So there are all these things that we are preparing for in the background. So you need to be a part, basically, of an ecosystem that can evolve with everything that's going on out there and has some level of control out there, right? So we have all these products. I'll give you one example. So this thing is selling for $26 on Amazon. And here you can buy 12 of them for $68. I mean, you can get it for about $5.50 here. And you are selling it for 26. Now, a percentage of you immediately thought, oh, you mean I can go and undercut this guy? And that percentage needs to check their thinking. That just means you can go and sell the product on here and pocket the amazing profit margin. Okay. And this is not just on bulk purchases. We have lots of products that are just straight up products. You can drop ship the product if you want. You can buy in bulk and FBA it if you want. You have all these sorts of options. You should be listing on eBay under 20 different types of keywords that you can target with that. There are so many different options out there. For those of you who are international, actually the game changes even more, because now you can have international vendors who put their products into our marketplace meant to be purchased by international markets. So you can sell on your local eBay or your local, whatever popular site is, Taobao if you want, and you can actually source the products from within the marketplace at the same time. And it's just an amazing thing of what's happening here. At the same time, we have the digital side really kicking off. So who here has been interested in the digital side and would like to not only launch their own products, but would also probably like to see what you can do with some of the products we're releasing? Okay, so there are two things that we're going to release for you guys as products, okay, that are going to be released within this month. I'm going to say that so that you're pleasantly surprised. But there are going to be two products that we're going to release. One is a product that will really solve a major problem for the international market. And then another is a product that I think you've all been waiting for and wanting, which is INFINii tracking. And at the same time, we're going to open up for all of your products. So for those of you who have products to sell, I know in particular, for example, Derek, we spoke like 6 months ago about this. They have an amazing, amazing system of making money selling books, right? So that's an example of a really, really solid offering that would fit in really well with the INFINii digital marketplace. So we have that whole side opening up. Now, let me give you guys a visual for why this is so important, okay? And this hopefully right now will kind of open up your eyes to why pretty much every company out there fails at some point, and why companies like Amazon, eBay, and some of the others have actually lasted as long as they have, and probably will continue to last for a while, right? So there's a very, very simple relationship in every company. In every company, there are three people in a relationship. You have what are called customers, and the people that are called corporate/company. Okay, let's just say the company. And then you have people called the affiliates or the partners, right? It's a very simple relationship, guys. Affiliates go to customers. They get the customers to give the company some money. Okay, we will denote that with $3. And the company in turn gives some money to the affiliate or the partner. We will denote that by $2. Everybody understands this, right? This is the most basic system. This is the case for pretty much every company, every product, digital product out there. Obviously, the amount of money the customers give the company is more than the amount of money the company gives the affiliates. Now, what ends up happening is that in most companies, there's a very massive overlap between customers and affiliates. So what ends up happening is that you realize that almost 50, 60, 70% of this group is also affiliates. Okay, so it's basically just this group of people shoveling money around amongst themselves. Each time they're losing some money. Every time the cycle happens, they lose some money to the company because they paid in a lot more than they got out. Okay, that's the case with every single situation right now, almost every single company out there. This is why the government gets really uppity about it, right? They're like, hey, where are your retail sales? That's what they're looking for. Now, this equation completely changes when you have something that we call external volume. Okay, so imagine that instead of this being the case, you also had this happening, where you had e-commerce, and you have the marketplace, and you have the digital library, and you have a whole slew of other things. We'll let you figure that one out. But what's happening is that now the customer is actually getting the money from the e-commerce side, right? So the customer is making more money than they're spending. Who here is making more money doing e-commerce than they're spending on INFINii, who's making more than $50 a month? There you go, right? So we can ask this question on a call, and we immediately get, a few hundred people saying, yeah, I am. No company would ask that on their call, okay? They just won't. So what's happening is that now you have all this extra BV. We'll denote this with additional dollar signs. And then you have the marketplace that's sending in more business volume to both the customers and the company and the affiliates. And then you have the digital library sending more money to the customers and the company and the affiliates, and so on and so forth, right? So without really dirtying this too much, what ends up happening is that the total amount of external volume offsets any difference in here, okay? So essentially, for those of you who are math nerds, like my accent indicates I probably am, external volume greater than customer volume minus affiliate payout. That's essentially the equation of a successful company. If that is your equation, that means your external volume coming in, which is true retail things that are happening outside of just your little closed little thing. If that's what's happening, you're successful. You have a company that's successful, and you have a company you can be proud of because you're not ripping anyone off. You're not ripping off one group of people to pay another group of people and pretending that these people's success is somehow success, because it's not. Okay, that's pretty much tax policies of some governments. That's not what you want to do. What you want to do is that your customers, their external volume should be greater than their expenses, that the company's external volume income and customer income should be greater than their payout, and the affiliates' income should be greater than their advertising expense, right? So that's why we have one more little box here, which is actually a very beautiful box. To quote one of the presidential candidates, it's a big box, it's a beautiful box, it's a great box, and we're going to make it better. It's called INFINii Network. And this is what Kevin is all about, right? Because his whole point is, how can you reduce your advertising expense to make sure that your external volume, your income, your this dollar sign is greater than your advertising expense? Because if that's the case, if your advertising expense is less than your incoming dollars, you can just expand that pretty much as you want, infinitely, if you will. So this is what is so unique about the idea, about the concept, about what we are structuring, about what we are building here, right? So it doesn't matter where people go, what people join, what people learn from, what people do in the e-commerce side. At the end of the day, if we have this ecosystem where they are coming to source the products from the marketplace, imagine this. Imagine somebody who is actually learning e-commerce stuff wherever they want, maybe from some other product in our digital library, but they're purchasing products from our marketplace to sell profitably. That's still generating volume. That's still generating income for the affiliate. So this puts you guys in a very, very unique situation where you are not bound by the typical rules, by the typical laws. And what our major mistake, due to listening to bad advice, listening to not taking heed of good advice at the same time, and in some ways, because of a thirst to experiment, right? We want to try and experiment to see if we can make something better. So our one mistake that we made, and again, companies will not say it. Companies do not like to talk about mistakes they make. They want to put out an impression that everything is great all the time. We made a very big mistake, which is we took this idea, this concept, which is designed around your freedom to be able to succeed, and we try to slap it into a very restrictive traditional model with our comp plan, and it just doesn't work. And that's why we did not want to try it in the first place. But we tried it. We realized there's a big reason why it doesn't work. It lacks simplicity. It lacks freedom. And now the new comp plan that we have is very straightforward. Not only is it simple to understand, but you get to reward the right people in your entire structure. So here's what that means for us, right? So I'm looking at all of our vendor contacts. I can see all the products that we are uploading in there and all that stuff. So I look at that and I know the kind of volume we're going to pull in from there. And by the way, guys, just a little side note, you're also able to position your referred vendors in the holding tank. Okay, so I'll just throw that little bomb out there, and I'll let Kevin kind of diffuse that tomorrow when he explains to you how that works and what that means. But
Oh boy.
what ends up happening is Kevin and I, we're in a very unique situation because we are online advertisers for one, and now we have a comp plan where online advertising is actually profitable for us, right? We can actually make significant profits doing online advertising on the front end sale. So we're going to be running our campaigns. We already have about 1,000 people that we are going to be placing, right? That we have control over, that we can place through the holding bank system. And we have all this volume that's going to be coming in from our vendors that we can also place in different locations when we choose to. So here is what our criteria is going to be. Okay, it's very straightforward. We are going to be looking out over the next 30 days to the people who are re-engaging, to the people who are reactivating, to the people who are building out again, and all of those things. And we're going to say, look, these are the people who have worked with us. These are the people, and we're talking a very substantial number of people. We're talking about thousands of people here. But we're going to be looking at that and saying, these are the people who are builders. These are the people who are doing something. Let's help them out. We can move people under them to the holding bank. So our aim is going to be to identify builders and pop them to managers. That's what our initial aim is going to be. Then hopefully over time, our goal will evolve from let's pop global managers to directors and so on and so forth. But our initial aim and the primary aim is to get people to break even, and then from break even to profitability, even small profitability, because that's what gives you the funds to go ahead and start running these advertising campaigns, to run your e-commerce business at a higher level, and all of those wonderful things. So right now we have weekly training webinar for INFINii Network. We have weekly training webinars for your e-commerce business. We have all of these updated trainings in all these different languages that are constantly being updated at the same time. For us, the way we are looking at this is we have now finally unshackled ourselves and given ourselves the power to actually help out people in our downlines the way that we want to. You know, we got sick and tired of people coming to us and saying, hey, I've been with you guys for 2.5 years. What can I do here? Can you help me out here? And us going, guys, we're kind of sort of company, corporate, blah, blah, blah. You know, stick with the binary thing. Now we get to say, oh yeah, sure. If you get to a builder stage, you bring in 2 people, become a builder, we will try and help get you to manager. We will do that through training and advice, yes, but we're going to do it with something very tangible and real. We're going to place volume below you that actually gets your rank up. And that's what you guys get to do now with your teams. I know people on the call right now who have 80 people on their level 1, 90 people that they've brought in. There are people on it who have 200 people on their level 1. There's some people that have even more. You now get to strategically help the people who are actually building and give them not just the help that they need, but get them to profit, get them to hit the next rank. And when they do that, you get paid an incentive as well. But then don't stop there. After you do that, immediately go, hey, look, I just helped you get your first milestone. Let's turn this $50 into 3 more signups. It's very easy. Let's set up our funnels. Let's set up our traffic. Let's run that, because that's the other beautiful thing about this entire system. It's one of the only companies that you can build online very successfully. You don't have to go chase down people and do hotel presentations, which you should, which is wonderful. But for many of you, and you guys know this, I'm talking about the 97% of the people on the call who are not comfortable doing that and may not be successful doing that. For those of you, you finally have something that you can actually promote online, get 2 or 3 people in, and then you can have your leaders who are actually good at doing those hotel presentations. They're good at bringing in massive crowds of people, and you can have them work with you to get you to the next stage. Okay, so this is the whole revamp of what we've been working on, where we've been going, guys, it's time for us to build a comp plan that actually works alongside what our overall vision is and what we're building as a whole. And I'm pretty happy about it, pretty proud of it, actually. And it went off well. We made it live last night, as we had said. Hopefully, most of you enjoyed playing around with it already. We're actually going to be making some more updates for you in the back office in the meantime. And then tomorrow, we will walk through not just the specifics of how this works, and not just the specifics of how the marketplace business volume is calculated and all of those things. We're going to go through all of those specifics for you. We're also going to show you guys some very specific things that you can do immediately to boost your sales, both on e-commerce side as well as on your affiliate side. Okay, so we're going to walk through all of that stuff for you guys tomorrow. It's actually a very simple principle when I explain what it is, and when Kevin talks about it, you kind of be like, yeah, that's like basic common sense. I don't know why I don't do that. Maybe because somebody need to show me how obvious it is, but you'll be pretty excited about it. So there's my thing. I'm sorry I was a little distracted earlier. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and we'll see you tomorrow. Do we have any questions, Kev?
I have an answer. So real quick, let me just show one more thing. I really want to get this moving because we have so much to do tomorrow. And actually, I don't even need to show anything. I just want to hop out and let you guys know. If you have somebody in your organization, because I got this message during the webinar, and it's very pertinent. If you have somebody in your organization and they're inactive and they have people on their level 2, their level 3, things of that nature, and you see folks down there, your first order of business is to contact that person that's on your level 1 and say, hey, you know you have active people in here. Have you seen what they are doing with this crazy thing? Have you seen what they've got going on? Because it's crazy, and you can make a lot of money. All right, Jamie, I'm talking to you. So if you see that person on your level 1, all right, and they're canceled and they have people in their downline, then get with them. Let them know what's going on. Let them see what we're doing here. And then what we're going to be doing is, if they don't activate in a certain time frame, then those folks will get purged out, guys. So Atesh, do you want to cover that real briefly so that they understand that there's a time limit on this stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, it's a very straightforward thing, right? So there are two things you want to do. We want you to, first of all, be able to focus on what's profitable. And we sometimes get stuck in this mindset of we have to go through the motions on 20 different things when you don't need to. You should focus on just what's profitable and what's important, what's producing. So the same thing needs to happen on the comp plan side. You should be able to see in your genealogy, in your downline, and focus on people who are actually producing, so you can focus on working with them, right? Reward the people who need to be rewarded more. So what we're going to do is, until the end of June, you have time to reconnect with people, have them reactivate, reactivate their positions as a partner. They can come in, they can reactivate as a partner, they can re-engage and just see how things are, especially with the marketplace coming out here in 5 days. It'll hopefully change some of their previous experiences, right? Which we don't blame people for. But you only have until the end of June. Okay, after the end of June, we're going to purge all of these inactive positions, all of the positions that are dummy accounts. We had people who were inviting, they created 8 positions for themselves so they could take advantage of the binary system and things like that. All of those things just go away. Okay, we're going to be running a clean company, focused really just on the productive members. So here is what it does for you. It does 3 things for you. First of all, when somebody reactivates, even if they're an existing member, you still get a jump start on it. Okay, so it's worth reaching out and seeing, hey, are you going to consider the concept? Because everybody loves the concept. What we were missing was the actual execution, which we were handicapped due to a couple of things, and we are kind of not handicapped anymore. That was the first piece. The second, and probably the more important thing, is you need to tell them that, look, you have until this date. After that, you're gone from the system. Until then, I can help place under you if I have people. We can build stuff together. But after that, it's over. Okay, you will have to come back in as a new member if you ever want to come back in, which frankly, many of these people will be coming back in once they see what's actually happening with the marketplace and some of the other beautiful little surprises that we have for you. That's why we're doing a webinar a day for the next 5 days, because we need you to actually see all of these things that are happening now. The third thing, which is very, very critical, is you have to be able to prioritize the people who are actually building. So if somebody is 8 levels below you, and there are all these people in between who are just taking up space, banking on it, going, oh, you know what, 8 months from now, when everybody has done all the hard work, I'll just sneak in and reactivate my position. People who are thinking that, not going to work, guys. That's not how any business works. This whole idea that you can just sneak in and take advantage of things, that sounds like the kind of sales pitch that would be used by an MLM that's just trying to get people to stick around. We don't need that. Our members are actually profitable. Our members actually are making money. So we don't need to attract people with these weird little things. So you want to be able to work with the productive people. So if somebody's 7, 8, 10 levels away from you, but they're the actual productive people, and in the middle of it all, you have all this empty space, you need to be able to purge and work through directly to those people. So we're basically going to be purging those positions. We're going to minimize them in your genealogy. So when you see below you, you will then see the next active person instead of just seeing, all these people who are hogging positions. And from that point on, we're actually going to continue the cycle. So people who go inactive or positions that go inactive, we will start purging them out over time. And we're going to give you guys the specific timelines for what the cycle on that is going to be, if it's 30 days, 60 days, and stuff like that. But for now, just keep in mind, the deadline is June 30th. Until then, everyone that you have referred since the beginning of INFINii to now, all of those people that you have referred are currently in your holding tank. So if you want to incentivize them, if you know there are people in there who will build with you, who will work with you, then you can move people under them. You can move them under people they're going to work with. If you have 3 people from a certain geographical area, you can put them together if you want. You can do all the things that you want to do, but you only have until June 30th to finish that first set of changes. And I keep saying only. Really, guys, all you really need is like 3 days. Anything more than 3 days in business is a waste of time. Honestly, that's just what my experience has been. Anything productive that you're going to do over the next 3 days. So take the next 3 days, which takes you right on the cusp of Monday. Take those 3 days, focus and find the people that you're actually going to work with, people that you're actually going to build with, people that you actually want to reward, people that you want to run these traffic with, people that you want to run advertising with, people that you want to run Facebook campaigns with, and attend the INFINii Network training. In fact, this next one that I believe is on Monday, I'll actually be on with Kevin, and we're going to go over some very, very cool stuff to get you guys to very quick results, very, very quick results in a very aggressive manner. So we'll get you guys through all of that stuff, and hopefully all of you will see what that actually does for your business. Instead of just the regular rigmarole, it's going to be excitement and momentum and working with people who are actually like-minded, who are looking to build together, instead of people who are just looking to profit from what you're building. Okay, so this is not going to be spillover mentality anymore. It's going to be a rewarded for work mentality. So I hope that addresses everything. Is the timeline clear to everyone? If you have any questions, please let us know. And
I'll tell you what, guys,
I missed any questions as well.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this this recording on a page with another link to the next webinar. And I'm going to kick this out to you guys, email it out to you. So I have this webinar on a page in your email inbox tonight, hopefully before you go to sleep. And if you need to send it to a downline member or an upline member, do so. Let them see what we're doing, let them see what's going on, and more importantly, let them know how excited you are about what we've got going on, because it really all starts with you. Are you ready to do this? And if the answer is yes, then you need to be a walking, talking billboard of excitement about what we have going on, because this is your business, your future, and you've got something here that's huge with the marketplace, with the vendors, with the compensation plan. Oh my God, you have a lot of things to be pretty darn excited about with what we have going on, hopefully even close to excited of the excitement level that we have. And if you're there and you're ready to go and you're ready to build, let the folks know. Let them know what you're doing. Let them know you're ready to go, and start getting them re-engaged. That's right, Scott. That's right. It's time, my friend. So we're really excited about this stuff, guys, and we'll send this recording out to you, but we'll also have another webinar tomorrow where we'll go every day. We'll dig deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole and give you guys more and more resources to get this done, to get your 3 people targeted, ready to rock this thing out with you, to get them building, to get them going, to re-engage your upline, to re-engage your downline. And for those that don't want to partake in something special like this, that's okay. We'll purge them out at the end of that, okay? So I'm pretty excited about this. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to shut up now, but you guys will see this in your email inbox, and we'll see you tomorrow night on the webinar as well, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those of you who have massive teams and are, the air quotes, leaders of this whole thing, you know who you are. Contact me directly if you have any questions, and we'll rock this thing out, because Hitesh and I, like I said, we're building this also from a position that we've never done before, where we're actually going to be in a position to be able to help you with placing people in your teams as we build out as well. So I need to know who you have in place, who your leaders are, who you're ready to rock with, who you're ready to run with, so we can help you out in a way that we've never been able to do before. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to shut up, Hitesh. I'm done, my friend. I'm just ready to get this thing going.
Beautiful. Well, as am I. I'm not going to shut up, but I am also ready to build. So let's go ahead. We'll see you guys at the webinar tomorrow. Make sure you share the webinar tomorrow with everyone, because tomorrow we're actually going to not only show some of the products, like I showed you guys some products and things that we have going. We're actually going to show you the entire process. We're going to show you how to work with the marketplace. We're going to show you how you can refer people to the marketplace, the vendors to the marketplace, how that benefits you, how that plays into the BV calculations. And then we're going to show you, like I said, a very quick, very powerful way to start generating more business on both e-commerce side as well as on your affiliate side. Okay, so we will see you guys tomorrow. Who's excited? Who's going to be on the webinar tomorrow?
Yeah, who's going to be there? Who's showing up with us? And awesome. And I'll tell you what, I had a couple people say that they don't even have a sponsor. If you're in that situation, write into the help desk. Okay, we'll find out who your upline is. We'll help you out. Sure, you hit us up on the help desk. Beautiful. Yeah, so I guess we'll see everybody there tomorrow night, Hitesh.
Yep.
That's
all right.
great.
Talk to you guys soon. We will see you tomorrow.